and I'm gonna round file the edge, the inner edge of that barrel, and then I've got a couple flat files. I'm just gonna carefully flat file the outer edge here a little bit, sand it down a little bit with some fine grit paper, kind of even it out, and then I'm gonna finish taking the rest of the top of this off. I've still got this last stub of a rib left on the end of the barrel. I'm gonna leave that there for purposes of being able to mark out a bead site. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. All right, so this is me mock testing the mock test fitting the barrel, and that's pretty damn close to what I want as far as the barrel overhanging on the magazine tube. I don't know, I might grind a little bit more off, I might not, but yeah, this thing is proven to be unstable. Let's clamp this down a little bit tighter. I don't want to clamp it down too tight because this magazine tube's made out of sheet steel. Alright. Alright, so what we sitting at 20.5 inches, right on the money, just as I want the gun. 20.5 inches, so we are 100% legal here, so no fear of having the ATF kick down my door and shoot my dog. So, all right, gonna get on to the next phase, and that is to tap and drill a new hole on the end of this barrel for a bead site. All right, so I'll show you the next step here in a minute. All right, so for this next step here, I'm going to remask the end of my barrel again. And I gotta get some of the burrs off real quick here. Now we're going to remask this. I'll show you why I'm doing this. All right. Now, I'm going to grab that receiver again. I'm going to grab that tube magazine extension. I'm going to just temporarily slap the tube back on the barrel. I'm going to reclamp. I'm going to visually check before I start marking, before I start drilling, that everything lines up like it should. What I'm going to do, I'm going to carefully clamp the end of this receiver here. Just enough so it won't wiggle around. Maybe. Maybe not. Boy, this is proving to be A bit more cumbersome than I'd like. Come on. Don't want to over tighten this because this receiver is aluminum. This tube mag is rolled sheet steel, so I don't want to bend or damage anything. Gonna have to figure out some way of getting this supported. All right, I will be right back and get this resupported. All right, so I got her supported. Gotta re-angle everything. So I'm using what's left of this bended rib. I'm going to use my square here. I'm going to try to mark a nice straight line, and then I'm going to take another mark where I want my bead to be. All right. Let's see, I want my bead, let's say probably right about here. That looks pretty straight to me. All right, now I'm going to be using this this tap set. So it comes with the correct size drill bit, one thread tapping bit, and two shotgun bead replacement sights. We're going to be using those bead replacement sights. Now, Wayne, formerly known as Ungrateful Peasant over there known as Ungrateful Peasant, formerly known as West Wind Survival, he suggested to me that I get the big XL dot front sight. That will be, like I said, that will come along the way here. I actually do like that sight that he showed me, so I will be putting that on. But in order for me to put that on, I actually do need an existing front bead sight in order to actually put that on, because it actually slides over the top of an existing bead sight. All right, cool. So I'm not using any drill presses, so I'm going to have to do this as very carefully as possible. I'm going to do this by hand. The other reason why I use this tape, why I'm drilling into the tape, is it actually kind of helps keep this drill bit from wanting to walk on the barrel. In fact, it's already taking care of business. I do have to be careful. Again, not using a drill press, I'm just kind of freehanding this. Now, probably what I should do. Let's see. So, yeah, I will more than likely be going through the barrel, it looks like, because it's a pretty... Yep. All right, now we're going to tap. I'm going to turn that down just a tad. All right. So that's nice and tapped. This should thread in there. Yeah. So that threads in there nice and neat. Now, probably what I'm going to end up having to do here, and let me take this out of the vise real quick just to take a quick look, see. Yeah. So, as you can see, that is sticking out just a tad in the barrel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with my round file. I'm going to round file that off, that little nub off. I'm going to do that after I get done straightening all this out. So we're going to take the sight back off. I'm going to put it back in the little bag. Just so you know, it's a little kit you can get off of Brownells. That's where I got this. This was like, with shipping and handling, this ended up being about 25 bucks. So little pricey for my taste, considering the fact that it's just a, just a tiny little piece of metal. Tiny little piece of metal and 2 bits. So put this back. I don't want to lose my stuff. All right. Put this away. We'll come back for that later. So, first things first, we will take everything back out of the vise. We're going to tear this apart again. We already know that everything is the size that I need it to be, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take that grinder. I'm going to finish grinding the rest of that front rib off. Just got to finish retightening this. Again, I do apologize. Since my computer crashed and I lost my editing software, it was a free version of Windows Movie Maker. Surprise, surprise. And since Windows no longer supports that program, I have no way of editing my videos outside of doing quick pauses as I'm taking the video. So this will probably be about an hour-long video. All right. So back to the angle grinding. I'm gonna palm sand the top of this so it's nice and smooth, because guarantee you once this thing gets refinished, you're gonna see little pits and divots. I want to make sure that I get all that sanded away. I want this to look as close to factory as possible. I don't like doing stuff half-assed. Some people do. I want my stuff looking nice. Alright, so I'm going to change out sandpaper. This is probably an old piece of 35 grit or 60 grit, I don't remember. Let's see. I've got, let's see, that's wood. I got 150, 100. I think I'm gonna start out with the 100. 100 grit, and then I'll progressively go finer and finer. Yeah. Alright, getting this changed out, getting her clamped down. Alright. Get all this roughness kind of sanded out where the angle grinder kind of nicks the barrel a little bit. I want to try to smoothen it out, get everything kind of flush, kind of even, you know. I'm going to change out my paper because I don't have any more sand grit left on it. It's a good thing I got a bunch of all-purpose sandpaper here, because you don't want to be doing this with wood sandpaper because it just chew it up. Oh, come on. Come on, stupid craftsman. There we go. And well, you guys get the gist of it. Now, I'm just going to keep going through here. I'm going to progressively just sand this down with more finer and finer grit paper. And then we're going to come back through here. Actually, you know what? I might come back through here right now with a round file. Let's see what I do with my round file. Here she is. I'm just going to... take off some of these burrs here. Let's see. quick. I'll put that side on. This is where the round file is going to come in handy. All right. Grab this back on. Yeah, that's about where we want it. I'm gonna As I'm trying to get the stub end of this thing ground off, I'm going to take these safety glasses off real quick because I can't get a good look. All right. Let's see if I can't put a piece of tape over this. This thing keeps trying to spin itself out. Just tape that down real good. Got plenty of masking tape. Let's see if I can get my round file in here. There's my flat file. Here's my round file. Check to make sure this thing didn't try back its way out. Nope. All right. So now we got the bead set that we want to use. I'm going to mark it with a Sharpie. I don't want to mix it up for the other one. I'm going to carefully There's just one tiny little burr on there. I'm just trying to make sure I got that all off. All right. Now I'm gonna grab my, what did I do with that shirt? There she is. All right. I'm just gonna put a little tiny X on the bottom of this one so I don't confuse it for the other. And I'm gonna start finishing sanding this down. And you know what? I don't know. I might half tempted to take the wire wheel and just finish stripping the rest of this finish off. I know you're not supposed to, but this is a steel barrel, so I think I can get away with it a little bit. Well, you get the idea. I'm going to finish sanding this down with progressively finer sandpaper. All right. All right. So I'm going to have a little bit of this thread locker. There we go. I'm going to re-thread this. If it'll let me. Come on. Come on. What's she? Man, I pain in the butt. There we go. I have to grab my pliers. Twist up the rest of the way down here real quick. There we go. So that's done. I got this heat shield here. We're gonna put that on. This is I'm putting